These are 15 new inventions made by AI that shouldn't be possible. 15. AI-designed wireless antennas used by NASA. AI is now designing spacecraft hardware that human engineers probably never would have imagined. NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center uses evolutionary algorithms to generate antenna designs that look strange and asymmetrical, but they perform incredibly well. These AI-generated parts can be designed about 10 times faster and cheaper than traditional engineering methods. They also deliver around 3 times better strength-to-weight ratios while reducing stress points dramatically. In some cases, the designs cut component weight by nearly 2/3 and reduce development time from months to just a week. And these aren't experiments anymore. Similar AI-designed parts have already been used on dozens of NASA missions. 14. AI-designed living organisms called xenobots. AI has also helped scientists design something that sits somewhere between a robot and a living organism. Researchers used evolutionary algorithms to test billions of possible cell combinations and created tiny biological machines called xenobots. These structures are made from frog skin and heart cells and measure less than a millimeter wide. Each one contains roughly 3,000 cells and can move, carry small particles, and even repair itself if damaged. The most surprising discovery was a Pac-Man-shaped design that allowed xenobots to gather loose cells and form new generations. It's the first time AI has helped design entirely new lifelike structures. 13. AI-generated aircraft parts that look like bones. AI is also redesigning the way airplanes are built. Engineers at Airbus used generative design software to create a bionic partition for the A320 aircraft inspired by bone structures and slime mold. The result looks almost skeletal, but it's incredibly efficient. The new design weighs about 66 pounds instead of the traditional 143 pounds, cutting weight by nearly 45%. It also uses around 95% less raw material while maintaining structural strength. That matters because even small weight reductions in aircraft can save massive amounts of fuel over time. Across an entire fleet, designs like this could reduce carbon emissions by up to 1 million tons each year. 12. AI discovered a superbug-killing antibiotic. For decades, scientists have struggled to find new antibiotics that can fight drug-resistant bacteria. Then, AI stepped in and did something researchers have been trying to solve for years. Scientists trained a machine learning model on thousands of known chemical compounds and asked it to search through millions of potential molecules. The AI discovered a completely new antibiotic called halicin. In laboratory tests, it killed dangerous drug-resistant bacteria, including strains that normally survive most antibiotics. In experiments with mice, it cleared severe infections in about 24 hours. Even more surprising, the bacteria did not quickly develop resistance the way they usually do. 11. AI designed a cancer drug that reached human trials. One of the biggest challenges in medicine is how long it takes to develop a new drug. Normally, it can take 10 to 12 years from discovery to approval. But AI is starting to compress that timeline dramatically. A company called In Silico Medicine used generative AI to design a drug candidate for a lung disease called idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. The system identified the target, generated potential molecules, and moved a candidate into clinical trials in under 18 months. That's incredibly fast compared to traditional pharmaceutical research. Early trials involving dozens of patients even showed measurable improvements in lung function. 10. AI created proteins that never existed in nature. Scientists are now asking AI to design proteins that have never existed anywhere in nature before. Normally, proteins evolve slowly over millions of years through biological processes, but advanced AI models can now simulate those evolutionary steps digitally. In one experiment, researchers generated entirely new proteins capable of performing useful biological functions. Some of these proteins were able to restore bacterial growth, even though their genetic sequences were very different from anything previously discovered. Other AI-generated proteins were able to block CRISPR systems. Essentially, AI is compressing hundreds of millions of years of biological evolution into a computer simulation that runs in days. 9. AI discovered materials stronger than conventional alloys. AI is now helping scientists discover entirely new materials that would have taken humans decades to find. At MIT, researchers used machine learning to analyze possible metal combinations and identified a 3D printable aluminum alloy that turned out to be 5 times stronger than standard cast aluminum and about 50% stronger than alloys designed using traditional simulations. NASA has also developed a new AI-optimized super alloy called GRX 810. It's twice as strong as current materials, more than 1,000 times more durable, and can survive temperatures up to around 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. These kinds of materials could completely change aerospace, batteries, and next-generation manufacturing. 8. AI designed microchips that humans struggled to understand. Designing advanced computer chips is incredibly complex, but AI is starting to outperform human engineers here, too. Google developed a system called AlphaChip that treats chip design like a strategic game. Instead of humans spending weeks arranging components on a processor, AlphaChip can generate optimized layouts in under 6 hours. These designs are so effective that Google has used them for every generation of its tensor processing units since 2020. In newer chips, the AI layout reduced wiring distances by over 6% compared to human-designed versions. Shorter wiring means faster chips and lower power consumption. 7. AI invented chemical reactions scientists never predicted. Chemists usually discover reaction through years of experiments and theory, but AI is now proposing entirely new reactions that scientists never expected. A system called Mosaic combines nearly 2,500 machine learning models to predict how molecules might react under different conditions. When researchers tested it in the lab, the system didn't just reproduce known reactions. It suggested ways to create 35 completely new chemical compounds that scientists had never synthesized before. Even more impressive, those reactions actually worked in real experiments. That means AI is no longer just analyzing chemistry. It's helping invent entirely new branches of it. 6. AI designed new battery materials. Battery technology has been one of the biggest bottlenecks for electric vehicles and renewable energy. But AI is accelerating discoveries here as well. Researchers used a combination of generative models and language models to explore thousands of possible atomic structures for next-generation batteries. The system identified 5 completely new porous oxide materials designed specifically for magnesium and calcium batteries. Traditionally, discovering new materials like this could take 10 to 20 years of research. With generative AI, scientists are now compressing that timeline down to just 1 or 2 years, and that could unlock safer batteries with far higher energy density. 5. AI-generated enzymes that can break down plastic. One of the biggest environmental problems on the planet is plastic waste, and now AI might be helping solve it. Scientists used machine learning to design an enzyme called Fast PETase that can break down common plastic bottles in as little as 48 hours, sometimes even within a single day. In tests on 51 real plastic containers, the enzyme successfully decomposed the material back into its original building blocks. Researchers also used AI to design enzymes that could break down polyurethane foam. Some of these enzymes were up to 30 times more active than previous versions, and under certain conditions, they became 450 times more effective. 4. AI created synthetic viruses for medical research. AI is also helping scientists design entirely new viruses for medical research. Researchers used a generative AI model to design hundreds of synthetic bacteriophage genomes that specifically target bacteria. In one experiment, scientists created 302 different viral designs aimed at attacking 3 strains of E. coli. When these were tested in the lab, 16 of the AI-designed viruses successfully infected and destroyed the bacteria. Some even perform better than naturally occurring viruses. The goal here isn't to create dangerous pathogens. It's to design highly targeted viral tools that could deliver treatments or fight harmful bacteria. 3. AI-designed microscopic living robots. Earlier, we talked about the xenobots, but their potential goes even further. These microscopic biological robots are built from frog cells and can move through liquid environments on their own. They can push tiny objects, organize particulates, and work together in groups. Each xenobot survives for roughly 7 to 10 days before naturally breaking down. Researchers believe future versions could one day deliver medicine directly inside the human body or help clean up microscopic pollution like microplastics. The idea that machines made from living cells could perform tasks inside the body is something that sounded like a science fiction not long ago. 2. AI invented a product that sparked a global patent debate. AI has even started inventing products that triggered global legal debates. A system called Dabus created a fractal-shaped food container designed to improve stacking, grip, and heat transfer. The design was so unique that researchers attempted to file patents listing the AI itself as the inventor. That immediately sparked controversy around the world. Patent offices in countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, and the European Union rejected the applications, arguing that only humans can legally be inventors. But the case opened a huge discussion about whether machines that create new ideas should eventually receive recognition as inventors. 1. AI discovered over 2 million new crystal materials. Google DeepMind built an AI system called Genome that predicted around 2.2 million entirely new crystal structures. Out of those, about 380,000 are believed to be stable materials that could potentially be used in technology like batteries, superconductors, or advanced electronics. To put that in perspective, before this breakthrough, humanity had only identified around 48,000 stable crystal materials in total. That means AI expanded the known possibilities by nearly 10 times in a single discovery. In other words, the machine didn't just find new materials. It revealed an entirely new map of matter that scientists are only beginning to explore. If you made it this far, let us know what you think in the comment section below. And if you're curious about how fast AI and research workflows are evolving behind the scenes, you can also check out Overseer OS in the description. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.